Welcome.
No, hold on. No, we have to clink, even though we're not in the office, man. You didn't make eye contact. Ria didn't make eye contact. I just want that to be known. So Ria's eye.
Why am I feeling rain?
Nah, you're not feeling rain, bro. No, I'm feeling rain. Nah, it's raining still.
We've come to the park to record this episode.
Yeah.
Like I said in our video that we recorded yesterday, we're now dedicated content creators. Now we have to start identifying as content creators. So here we are, bro. We had to make it work outside of the schedules. And yeah,
we didn't get a chance to record during the week.
We haven't had the chance to record for a very, very long time, guys. Like when I say a long time, it's been over a month. Definitely.
Nah, it's been about 3 months.
Yeah, but
we've been in the new office for like almost 2 months.
That's the thing, guys. There's been a lot of change happening. There's been a lot of moving parts. Some of us got away. Carnival season dawned upon us.
I had a couple carnival seasons.
So he had like 3 carnival seasons. Like 3 carnival seasons back to back that he had to recover from, rejuvenate from. So here we are.
So welcome back to Daily Decisions, isn't it? Do you get what I'm saying?
Welcome back.
Helping you dominate one day at a time. It's terrible practice to be eating on a podcast. I know certain times I listen to podcasts when people are eating and it's so annoying, but I'm going to be real. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and this is my breakfast, isn't it? So I'm going to be consuming some fruits in it.
He has to.
So anyway, we need to get into Guess Who?
Okay.
You got to know the decisions.
This person decided to have a baby or something.
Do you know how rude that is as a food? Because like, how many people just have children?
No, alright. That wasn't meant to be a dig at anyone, but that's just the decision. We decided to have a child somewhere.
No, one thing is rude to me because a lot of human beings have children. So how is that? That is rude, bro. She's basically saying you're not getting 5 points.
No, bro. Do you know what it is? I'm just trying to make it hard for you. It's not the fact that
that's
they
what
have
I'm saying.
That's crazy, but yeah.
Next.
Alright, this person decided to start a business with the father of their child. Yeah, you said.
The father of their child. Sasha.
I knew I shouldn't have said that. As soon as I said that, I knew I shouldn't have said that. You got that way too
quickly. Came to my mind. It's either Sasha or it was going to be. Then I was like, that don't make sense because I don't know her name. But you know, The Rock.
Yeah.
He has a business with the mother of his ex-wife. I don't know if they have children together, but.
Do you know what? If I ran that out the right way, yeah, because me thinking about all her individual decisions. Oh, do you know what? I should have led with something else. But don't worry. I did that for the time constraints.
No,
that's
why
I did it. I did it because we have time constraints, guys. In today, we actually do have time constraints. That's why I made it go a little bit quicker. So, anyway.
What Ria's saying is I'm just too cold at the game. That's what you don't need to understand.
No, but have you heard what's been happening in terms of?
So, tell me if I'm wrong. No, tell me first. Come on.
She's Krebs terminated her as the director of Nala's Baby.
You're lying.
No, he's terminated her as the director of Nala's Baby. Everywhere.
But does he have the power to do that though?
Yeah.
But she's a director, they have to agree.
Well, the board did. Because
why?
You know Charlie Kirk who got shot? Yeah, she's posted on a story or something like that. I can't remember what the exact quote said, but it was like Charlie Kirk didn't deserve to die. Anyone that thinks he deserves to die can something. Basically defending Charlie Kirk on her story. And then everyone like on TikTok, Instagram was in uproar like this woman has religious psychosis because of what she posted before. She did a whole option.
So I heard the thing about, so correct me if I'm wrong, did she say something along the lines of like, it's so weird to believe in like a God that's not real or something like that?
Something about not say all other gods are not real, but like Jesus comes first.
Right, okay.
Like she was disregarding all other walks of religion and just saying Jesus, Christianity, God is the greatest kind of thing, and it's like, brother, you have a child of a Muslim man.
Yeah.
So that's why Crep changed his profile picture to Nala in a hijab.
He's petty for that,
yeah,
but I hear it.
He changed his profile picture to Tanala and hijab, but because of what happened last time and the uproar around it, everyone was cancelling her, talking about how she had a child with a Muslim man and why is she disregarding all other cultures, religions, etc. And then now this has happened, people are saying she has religious psychosis, and people are saying that because of that, like, people were in the comments saying, I'm so glad that Crept made her step down because I would have boycotted Nala's baby for this.
So wait, when they're saying religious psychosis, explain it to me. What are they saying?
Like, I don't know what she follows, but there was a period where she was literally going out and evangelizing on the street. Mm-hmm. Like, people are saying she's in a religious cult, the way that she's trying to enforce her views on other people.
Okay.
Everything that she's saying is just, it's all right to show your faith, but the way that she's doing is very much just saying it's her way or no way kind of thing. And the way
so how does that link to her support of Charlie Kirk?
I don't know, but it's the way that she... Let me even try to find what she said. So this is what she said. Charlie Kirk will be the greatest master that ever lived in our generation, and his death will be the flame that burns in the heart of every clarion voice. His death will definitely not be in vain.
That's mad strange.
Exactly. But because of what she said last time, I can't even find what she said last time, but she said something last time which was like, it's just a bit, why are you idolizing? And this is where they've official termination details, Sasha Ellesse, everyone's talking about it, kind of thing.
So my thing I find interesting here is, okay, admittedly, I think I've only ever seen one video of Charlie Kirk in my whole life.
I
don't know enough
for this.
Right, so I think I've seen one. I don't know everything about his rhetoric, narrative, focus, mission. But I understood him to be coming from more of a political standpoint, nothing to do with religion. So i.e. like, he was a political activist, right wing, like heavy right wing. So not talking like the slightly right, like a sort of conservative, apparently quite heavy right wing. But if you're heavy right wing, yes, you're going to probably, unfortunately I should say, right wing political activism is deemed, activism is not the right word, right wing political beliefs are unfortunately heavily linked to those who would maybe be heavily committed to Christianity as a religion, and probably are misguided in how they practice that and their views around Christianity that cause them to, obviously in one case, view all other religions as less than, irrelevant, etc. But also, unfortunately, they then use that in a political space, which I don't think those two things should necessarily go hand in hand. I don't know if the way in which you govern a society that is multicultural, that has people from all different religions, should use one particular religious beliefs as its main philosophy for how you run that whole society. Because politics is about being able to, about being govern the people of that particular land, right? And so, yeah, to me, it's unfortunate those two things get linked. So it's interesting because I can understand how maybe Charlie Kirk, and if he was maybe from someone who was heavy into using Christian philosophy, principles, beliefs to kind of guide his right-wing views, I can understand how she might make that connection. But to me, it's very strange that she would post something like that. That just seemed very mad.
Exactly.
Because he was also hella racist.
Exactly. And that's the thing
no,
about
it. Makes sense. Religious psychosis. Okay, I get it.
That's why I'm saying the fact that she posted that makes people think, why would you post that? Regardless of what his political ideas were led by, why would you post something about someone that was so had such outspoken views? You know what I mean? It's one of them ones where if you want to think it, no one deserves to die. But if you want to think that. Do you know what I mean? But
greatest martyr though.
Yeah, posting it is one thing, and then posting it knowing that there's such political ideations around that, and you're a director of a company, knowing that people will boycott over the smallest thing. People will like to draw you out over the smallest thing, and you've already seen some sort of uproar when what happened when you started this whole religious conversation in the first place, and the impact that it had. So it's like now Crept is like, boy, it's not even personal. I need to take you off because you're ruining the business now, and it's not even her that's getting it's going to get the heat of it. It's Nala, because people start boycotting Nala's baby, it's Nala's baby gone. Do you know what I mean?
No generational wealth for Nala.
No.
Here's the thing. We were at the event at Google yesterday. That's what my girl was talking about. Ramat Sajani, big her up. She was talking about exactly that, right? Like, whether you like it or not, once you join a company in any way, shape or form, be it as you know, you're on the grants panel for a particular foundation. You do the mad thing, and you're in the public eye. They're gonna have a word about, yo, you need to jump into this grants because you're representing them in some way, right? And so, anytime you are connected to an entity that is not yourself, you, whether you like it or not, become a representative. And so they have to think about brand reputation and all of that. And so therefore, what she does, she must know that that's going to happen. And so whether Krept wants to necessarily remove her or not is not up to him. As you said, there's a board.
Yeah.
Nala's baby has got well over 30 investors. X amount of those investors, or people who they've brought in as non-exec directors, will make up their board. Their board has to think about the longevity and sustainability of that company. So they have to make decisions that revolve around risk mitigation. She's now a risk. That's what it comes down to. So it's not about, oh, that's the mother of your children, how could you do that? She's a risk.
She is a risk. And you know what the funniest thing is? You can remove her as a director, but the fact that she is the mother of the thing that you centered the brand around is like, you can't just disassociate her with the brand just like that. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I hear you, yeah, legally you've taken off, but really mentally, in the way that people have associated the brand is about the child of these two people. You know what I mean? And it's like, bruv, it don't look good. But
She might get removed, but I don't think they can stop her having shares though. That's the only thing.
No, she's still getting paid from it.
Yeah, she'll still have her shares in it at the end of the day. So, but what doesn't necessarily, I mean, she would be entitled to taking dividends, of course, if they're splitting up dividends, but she should always sell her shareholding. She just may never want to. But the point is, she's now a silent partner in it. Just coming down to that, she has to be a silent partner.
Whoa.
Oh, that's deep. I learned something today still. That's deep.
Whoa.
But there's a lot that people can learn. I think the thing that we want people who are listening to learn about this is, I think in one case, having a strong belief system and a strong philosophy around anything in your life is important. Because at the end of the day, he definitely wanted to grab the tripod and style it out when he saw that we looked a young man was running past and his intrusive thought was to grab the tripod. But as soon as we made eye contact with him, you don't ever saw it. He went from his hand being out like this to, let me pretend I'm scratching my head. It was sensational. Because he even scratched his head twice, you know. He had no reason to scratch his head 2 times. He scratched it once. But anyway, the one thing is, like, don't get me wrong, having a philosophy and a strong set of beliefs in your life is critically important, and no one's saying that you shouldn't have that. But understanding that you are part of a broader human network on a global level, but even if you take it down to a more local level, she lives in a city like London, which has so many different cultures, religions, ethnic backgrounds, all of these different things. And so the truth is, you can have a strong belief system, but respecting the fact that you have to operate on a human level amongst other people who have different views, different beliefs, different cultures, etc., is really, really important. And so don't let your personal philosophy cause you to not be able to align with the human network to which you interact with. As long as those people are not causing you any harm, as long as those people are not disrespecting your beliefs, then you should be able to live and work amongst them. Live, work and play. Secondly, I think the other thing around this is appreciating that, yo guys, like, this is real. If you're listening to this, don't think that you can just go through life being blasé with what you post online, with who you have conversations with what you share, in what environments. You know what I'm saying? Like, really,
digital footprint is real, bro.
Digital footprint. But even just your footprint full stop, because actually, I would argue, and I was having this conversation with someone yesterday whilst we were at the Google event, not that I was there talking to in person, but online, about, like, it's not just your digital footprint, it's also like, people remember things you've done. I was talking to them about someone who can work with people, and you'll think, oh, they get along really well, and the next thing you know, they're no longer working with that person, and they've got the worst thing to say about them, and I think, how did that happen? But now I remember them as somebody who gossips a lot, and, you know, excuse the language, but bitches a lot, and it's like, now we're going to know you as that. But also, you're going around saying bad mind things behind people's back about those people, you're potentially affecting their footprint due to you wanting to do that. So footprint full stop, man. It's just like, I'm not saying don't stand for things, but just try and be conscious of, like, yeah, how you show up in different environments, because people will remember that.
No, it's true, because your perception of something is the energy you get from someone once they've done something. You know that there's certain times, not everybody is always gonna perform at top form. Do you know what I mean? Certain people have periods of their life where they might lash out or they might do certain things, but it's like, yes, they might remember that, but what you're doing on a regular basis, or like the essence of who you are as a human, is what people are going to remember. It's like, if you gossip about someone one time, someone might not remember you as a gossiper, if that makes sense. But it's like, if you're coming to that person with the same energy every time, that's what you are now. Do you know what I mean? That's who you are. That's your personality. And it's like, you see certain things. That's your personal brand. That is your personal brand. So you say about like actual brands, this might just be Nala's baby as a brand having their lashing out moment. Do you know what I mean? They might have a big comeback in the next couple of years, and we might not even remember this. We'll be like, oh, do you remember that when that happened?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a little laugh. But if this stuff keeps happening, it's like that's affected their whole brand now. Similarly, if you apply that to a human, you keep doing things that you know are not desirable, that's your brand as a human. That's what people are going to remember you for. But yeah, that leads me into like the next segment, which is one word. And I would personally say my one word this week has been spiritually led. And I say that because I don't know what I was, I can't remember. Actually, I was listening to a song, No Patience by Damian Marley and Nas. Yeah. Yeah, but then I was realizing there's a little part at the beginning of it, and it's like I don't actually know what it says. Like I can sing it, but I don't actually know what it says. So I wanted to go and like read the lyrics of that, and I was like, bro, who's he summoning? What is he summoning? What is he trying to do here? But when you actually listen to the songs, the lyrics of the song, and you deep what it's actually saying, it's like, bro, a lot of us are just in. Okay, take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt. You need to be in a world where you're working and pursuing your purpose to be able to, one, live and feel like you're living up to your highest purpose, but also certain people are just stuck in this cycle, this rat race of trying to get somewhere, or trying to get to the next destination, or trying to do the next thing, and it's just like, you've got it now, and then, okay, what happens now, kind of thing. You still don't feel fulfilled. You still don't really feel like there's substance to what you're doing, kind of thing. So it's like, I feel very blessed to be in a position where, you know, what I'm doing professionally and what I'm doing personally are kind of aligned, in terms I feel like I'm living up to my highest purpose by being able to live out certain things. But also, there are times where I feel like I've reached a certain goal, and it's like, alright, cool, I've got this, but what's it gonna take for me to feel more fulfilled in that thing? And then it made me feel like, bro, even that now, like, I'm very grateful for the fact that we're not recording a daily decision in an office, but we're outside. And it's like, there's so much to life for you to experience, for you to move into, for you to flow through to. But it's like, if you're always thinking so business mindedly, if you're always thinking so, I don't want to say metrically, like the outcome is so metric, then it's like, like how do you connect to that higher power without actually crushing? Because that's what people do. Their mental will be crumbling around them, but they're bending over backwards for their job. But their mental will be crumbling, but they're bending over backwards for this person or that person. And it's like, what's the essence of what you've actually given back to yourself as a human being? Do you know what I mean? So anyway, listening to that song reminded me, bro, you've always got to connect, whether that's through music, whether that's through what you're doing, whether that's through creating, because as human beings we've got to create, but like, don't lose that essence about yourself, bro. Allow your spirit to lead. And that's the thing of like what we were saying about Sasha and that before. They're leading on a basis of religion, and religion divides, and I feel like spirituality brings together. So that's the frequency I'm on right now, basically.
I was actually going to ask you a follow-up question, and you kind of answered it at the end. I was going to say, are you suggesting that by being solely focused on the prescribed, you could say, I guess, definitions and expectations around what success is and progress looks like, often is business metrics and professional progression metrics and all of that, that doesn't allow us to be spiritually led? And actually it's through choosing to ask ourselves, is this what I should be doing? Not based on data that has been produced numerically through business and, you know, professional metrics, but actually, is this what I should be doing based on a divine download, let's call it?
Yeah.
That's when you're being able to be led more effectively.
Yeah, and it's like the guy that I was showing you yesterday in Mirror, I listened to the videos a lot, but there was something he said to me. He actually said it yesterday, and it's like, it just clicked in my mind when he's saying, you have to be, not do. And like, it contradicts, because what I said in my last video, guys, go watch that video. But if you're constantly doing certain things, like physically going to work or working harder or doing something, yes, you're doing something, but you're not actually being the person who does the thing. So it's going to be very easy for you to stop doing that after a while. It's going to be very easy for you to fall back into the way of thinking that got you into that undesirable situation in the first place. It's like when you start being that person, by way of just nature, your whole identity has changed, and you now just do that thing. Do you know what I mean? Similarly, like if you're a more spiritually led person, just by way of you just meditating and feeling, like I think the feelings are like your emotion, like your antennae for life. Do you know what I mean? If your emotions are telling you this is not good, it's different to like an uncomfortable feeling that's actually helping you grow. But if this is not good, your emotions are telling you you shouldn't be doing that. But if you feel more relaxed or more aligned in that thing, do more of that. Do you know what I mean? But you have to be in a place of stillness to even understand where that feeling comes from in the first place.
In the words of 19 Keys, I'm going to add to your wisdom. I would go a step further and say I don't think it's actually our emotions and feelings that are the way of tapping in. I think it's sensing. So you know when we meditate, here's my understanding, and again, I know sometimes it's not always good to put logic and what's the word? Almost like linear reasoning to everything. But the way I understand mindfulness to work is that we spend most of our time, at least 80%, thinking, not sensing. And the whole point of mindfulness is that we're trying to spend all the time as possible sensing, not thinking. So we're not saying we will not think, because we will continue to think unconsciously. But the truth is, when you're sensing, you're going, well, this is metacognition. What am I actually thinking about right now? And you don't have to block out the thoughts, because that could actually become quite overwhelming for people. So like letting the thought in, observing it from a distance though. Instead of getting wrapped up in the thought, oh my God, yeah, I just remembered that I need to do this, and oh look, it just came up that I need to do that thing.
Yeah.
It's nice. But it's over there.
Yeah.
But I don't need to walk towards it. And it's not walking towards me, it's just over there. And then what's going to happen is it's going to walk on. So if we sat on this park bench now, people walk past us. Let the thought walk past you. And you stay on the park bench. You don't need to get up and walk with it. Start skipping with it. Start jogging with it. Start cycling with it. Why? Sit on the park bench. And so mindfulness is that. And so what I would say is, when you talk about antenna, this is what triggered my thought process here. I believe that we do, and well, actually, not even I believe, there is actually research that shows that we do actually within so physically, we have certain receptors on the surface of our body, some of which is near the head, some of which is on the skin, that allows us to actually sense energy in the ether. So when we talk about intuition and picking up energy from environments and from people, it's now been scientifically proven through biometric studies that you can actually sense the energy of someone that is 6 feet away from you, which is quite far away.
Yeah.
So you can sense the energy of someone 6 feet away from you, because that's how far our energy signatures tend to radiate. But then also what happens is the energy that's in the environment that we're trying to pick up intuition from, we literally do have antennas. Because if you put this through a spiritual space, your crown chakra, that's exactly what it is. It's an antenna that allows you to be able to sense those energies and then be able to convert that into, as you rightly said, feelings, which we then make sense of mentally, and then we can use that to obviously make decisions and make actions. But it comes down to what is your understanding of emotions. So if emotion is literally energy in motion, which is what we're talking about through sensing the energy, then emotions are not controllable. So when we say control your emotions, well, you can't, but you can manage your response to it, which means you can manage your feelings.
That's like what you said about, when your thought walks past you. I just had a feeling there, it's cool, like when you're mindful, it doesn't stop the thoughts from coming on the conveyor belt, but you can choose whether or not to interact with it. You know what I mean? Like, if a person with a buggy comes and I just throw my bottle at her, I'm in the wrong. Do you know what I mean? Just because I didn't like the colour of the shoes that she was wearing, type shit. But that's deeper. What about you? What was your word for the week?
The first word that came to mind when I was thinking about it was reset. But I'm just conscious, I don't know if I've used that before, but I'm going to use it anyway, because guys, unfortunately we haven't talked for a long time, so I can't remember everything. But I say that to say, post Notting Hill Carnival always feels like a reset to me. And I really feel in that space, you know, like me coming to you and saying what I said I want to be doing in terms of like putting my money into different asset spaces and investment environment and investment vehicles. Me feeling like felt ready to kind of lock back in on the work when I feel like this summer I've been so zoned out due to like traveling a couple times, having the time off of work when Lucia was traveling, and now I just had the children, all those kinds of things. It meant I wasn't, and then obviously it was not in heels, and my mind started going there. So I'm really zoned in, but I feel like I'm proper zoned in again. And that's not just in terms of my day-to-day work across MGK, Revolution, Hive and Triumph. That's in terms of, well, what things did I say I wanted to be doing in terms of service to my family, supporting parents, you know, serving community, all those kinds of things. So I really feel reset. Like I feel like the last 2 weeks I've been able to set some really intentional expectations on each of my weeks and achieve a significant percentage of those. And most importantly, it's the momentum I'm building again. And I say that based on, like you, I do everything from a spiritually led place. So I don't beat myself up about whether I feel my output and the speed to which I'm moving at is enough, but more in terms of when I was doing the things I was doing, did it feel effortless to gain momentum? Let me repeat that as a question. When I'm doing what I'm doing, does it feel effortless to gain momentum? Because I'm only ever looking for progress and momentum.
What do you mean like that? Effortless to gain momentum?
So,
momentum doesn't take to gain.
If you're fighting against the flow.
Okay.
That's the thing. Make me swear, make me water. We think we're operating in mud. So when you're trying to get it out the mud, that's cool. It's going to be hard to gain momentum. I'm not trying to get it out of the mud.
Yeah.
I'm trying to swim through the water.
He's on a slip and slide, bro.
I'm trying to swim through the water. It's not hard to gain momentum when you're in water, because especially if the water already has a current.
And it's taking you.
If the water has a current,
look how it just rains.
yeah, that's crazy.
The water start falling.
Just because we start talking about water, let me cover up my little fruit before the acid rain start mashing up my fruit. So yeah, basically, as I said, I'm trying to flow. So therefore, effortless to gain momentum means if I am the right person and I'm doing the things that I know are help me to make me me, i.e. waking up, gym, meditation, journaling, eating a certain way, etc., etc., planning my week and then getting into my work and feeling like I'm actually enjoying it. You know, my big thing is I'm always trying to have a good time. If those things are happening, then momentum will be gained. Do you get what I'm saying?
You're doing it from a place of like.
If me and you have a meeting and we're able to establish within an hour so many things that we can do to make progress, momentum is going to be gained. If I have a meeting with someone, momentum, and it doesn't feel hard. It doesn't feel hard because I'm enjoying it. I feel like it's playing to my strengths, all of that. It's effortless to gain momentum.
No,
that's when I know I'm spiritually led. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't date black women. Listen to me when I'm talking to you lot.
I'm listening.
Because you lot don't like to listen.
I'm listening.
I don't date
Okay.
black women because you don't like to get put in your place. And when you
Which
get
place?
your place.
Which
and when you
place?
get put in your place, you think you got taught like a man.
That's why they were
You're not
cheating
a man.
on you then.
You're not men.
That's why they were
Watch
cheating
this.
on you.
Stay in your place.
Cheated on you multiple
Black women-
times.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I know.
you're
And that's
putting no one
why
in
I'm
their
never going to
place.
be in your
That's
pom-pom
why you
ever
had to
again.
dip out the pool.
I'm not with
Because
black
you
women
control
because you don't
nobody.
like to get put in your place.
Apologies,
Listen,
sir.
listen.
Apologies.
where?
Apologies.
Oh wait, you just wait. Did she just shoot? Did she just shoot?
What kind of
Did she just shoot? Go. Where's your hair? Where's your hair? Where's your hair?
Once you talk about black women's hair, you're on your own, my guy. You're on your own. I was with you. Like, he's allowed to have a preference. You know, he's trying to talk about how she's held him down and picking up his Asian queen. But the moment you went for the hair, my guy, you was on your own. You're going to have to deal with it. Yeah. You're going to have to deal with this by yourself, my brother.
Take off your head.
triggered.
Where's your hair?
You're triggered.
Where's your hair?
When
I'm
was that
triggered.
supposed to hurt?
I said I was
You're
triggered.
triggered.
Did I not?
All right, cool.